Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. I'm in London doing the nighttime devotion. It is the Sabbath, so Sabbath blessings one and all. Sabbath starts sunset on Friday and then sunset on what we call Saturday. So Sabbath blessings, we're doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant. The title today, kindness. Kindness overcomes selfishness. 1 Samuel 25 verse 19. And she said unto her servants, Go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. The Lord would have the wife render respect unto her husband, but always as it is fit in the Lord. In the character of Abigail, the wife of Nabal, we have an illustration of womanhood after the order of Christ, while a husband illustrates what a man may become who yields himself to the control of Satan. When David was a fugitive from the face of Saul, he had camped near the possessions of Nabal and had protected the flocks and shepherds of this man from all depredation while in Carmel. In a time of need, David sent messengers to Nabal with a courteous message, asking for food for himself and his men. And Nabal answered with insolence, returning evil for good and refusing to share his abundance with his neighbors. Nabal accused David and his men falsely in order to justify himself in his selfishness, and represented David and his followers as runaway slaves. One of the young men in the employ of Nabal, fearing that evil results would follow Nabal's insolence, came and stated the case to Nabal's wife. Knowing that she had a different spirit from her husband and was a woman of great discretion, he set forth the true character of Nabal as he presented the difficulties to her, saying, Now therefore know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against one master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial, and that man cannot speak to him. Abigail saw that something must be done to avert the result of Nabal's fault, and that she must take the responsibility of acting immediately without the counsel of her husband. She knew that it would be useless to speak to him, for he would receive her proposition only with abuse and contempt. He would remind her that he was the lord of the household, that she was his wife and therefore in subjection to him and must do as he should dictate. She gathered together some stores, as such thought best to conciliate the wrath of David, for she knew he was determined to avenge himself for the insult he had received. Abigail's course in this matter was one that God approved, and the circumstances revealed in her noble spirit and character. Abigail met David with respect, showing him honor and deference, and pleaded her cause eloquently and successfully, while not excusing her husband's insolence. She still pleaded for his life. She also revealed the fact that she was not only a discreet woman, but a godly woman, acquainted with the works and ways of God in David. Kindness overcomes selfishness. So this is looking at the fact David, without even being asked, found himself in a place in Nabal's land, and just out of courtesy, while they were camped there, They were looking after his sheep, etc., and protecting them from the predators and everything. And then when they were hungry, David sent word to Nabal and said, look, we're here, we've been looking after your sheep and everything, could you send us some food, etc.? And then Nabal basically didn't want to. He's a horrible, horrible man. And so, of course, whoever it was, the servant, knowing it was David and his men, went and told Abigail. And Abigail resolved the situation by going and seeing David, giving him food, etc., all the supplies they needed, and basically making amends on behalf of Nabal. And Nabal didn't know about it, but this is basically saying that she was off guard and Nabal wasn't. Now, this is a good reason why you should not be unequally yoked. It's a very good example. Nabal was not of God. Abigail was of God. And this just shows how a person of God will always do the right thing. Well, not always, but generally would do the right thing in an unselfish way and will do good. And then it's really up to when David receives it, it's up to David to receive it and respect it. See, David could easily have said, no, I'm going to get him. I'm not going to accept this now. Or you could, I'm going to accept it, but I'm going to go and get him anyway. But David was of God. And two goods make good. It is the Sabbath. Have a blessed Sabbath.